Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Gent Life Podcast. God Goes Greatness. Right here, I got a good man, Tay. And he's the founder of Black Brand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And on this deployment, I've seen him move in awesome ways, incredibly inspiring ways. For an example, he's selling t-shirts and hoodies out in the middle of the desert. How is he doing this? I'll let you tell the story, but let me give you the example of how inspiring he is. The other day I was walking into the DFAC, Midnight Chow. 3 different ladies rocking 3 different hoodies, different colored hoodies. His brand. I'm like, that's where my brand's got to be. That's where my brand's got to be. I tell you tell your story and just give us, myself, some pointers on how to make this happen.
Man, first off,
Speak up though.
I appreciate the opportunity for you even allowing me to be on your podcast, man. So,
All day, any day.
yeah, that's God's working His magic here for sure. So, first and foremost, didn't happen overnight. Absolutely didn't happen overnight. It was a lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of different things that I had to go through, trials and tribulations. So that I had to end up. Actually, we'll start all the way from the beginning. So I was in college. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do in my life, but I knew I wanted to in turn do something. And college didn't end up being it for me. Ended up in the military after flunking out of college, actually. But that came to a moment to where I realized that even if I was in the military, I had to use it as even like a stepping stone, if that makes sense.
So you're saying you use the military as stepping stones, like this isn't. I haven't reached the top yet. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
This is only beginning of your adventure.
My dreams were always very far, but I never had the tools to necessarily reach it. I used the military in order to reach, as a tool to reach whatever my dreams were. Didn't know at the time that my dream would eventually come to be entrepreneurism. So I'm a preacher's kid. My stepdad.
Okay.
My stepdad was a preacher. My mom is a preacher. Sadly, my stepdad actually passed about a year ago.
Sorry.
And that was a breaking moment for me, because I realized a lot of different things, and he told me, this is one of the biggest quotes that stuck with me from him. It was, as long as you're always chasing something in life, I will support you. And that it threw me into third gear, and things really hit hard whenever he passed away, and I realized that I would be inheriting from him, but I didn't want to. I wanted to make something of that. I wanted to make something of the legacy that he would pass down to me. And what I did was I invested that into a business that I could use to build generational wealth, not only to help me and my family in the future, but built on support to help others like me coming up. So that's basically how. So it's a short story of how I ended up here, but yeah, his favorite scripture, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. In all the ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path. Yeah, that's
Say that one more time slowly.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path.
Oh, I love that right now.
So
in all his ways acknowledge him, and it will show us our path.
Absolutely. And that's actually, I've embedded that within my brand. So even if you go to my page, you'll see acknowledge him on the brand page, which is
give a shout out to your brand, bro.
So yeah, shout out to Black Brand at BLCK _BRND on Instagram. You can add us on Facebook and everything. But
the link
yeah,
will be in the bottom notes.
yes sir,
Absolutely.
yes sir. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically how we came to be, man.
Now, great story.
Mm-hmm.
What was your grandpa's quote one more time? If you keep on chasing something, I will always support you.
As long as you're chasing something in life, I will always support you.
That's deep. And passed away, and I can see why that.
Yep. Yeah. It's a building block, man. It was very tough. It was it was a lot of dark days, but as I'd be lying if I didn't say it wasn't a journey.
Oh, if it wasn't a journey, would you even be doing it? If it was just right there that easy, would you still be doing it?
Me personally, I feel like the best part about it is the journey.
Absolutely, gent life.
Yeah.
Enjoy the struggles, enjoy the blessings, enjoy the whole everything about it.
Yeah. The best part is the journey, because I know for a fact, I mean, I might have an idea of what my destination is, but is that really your destination if you make it there? There's always somewhere further for you to go.
Mm-hmm. And if it's God's path is way better than what we could ever imagine. Even in this lifetime, His path is way better.
The destination that you see in your mind is only what you see. It's not what's set for you, though. So that's why I feel like every step of this journey, I'm just trying to cherish it. Just like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
We met. So, a little story about how we met. So I think we met maybe within you met me like within the first week that I got here onto the base.
Mm-hmm.
And I happened to dude who just walked in. I promise you, we all was talking about, like, cause I was just trying to get my brand out here to Jordan. I promise you, man. He walked in and like heard me and him talking about my brand. Like, I was just talking to him about different ideas and trying to build on, like, just help, just supporting, like, just help. That's all it was. He pulled up. And he's like, "Hey, man," it's like, "You got a clothing brand?" And like things just like shot off, and it's just like boom, like we got in contact with each other. I'm watching his stories, he watching mine, and like he was able to see what I'm doing, and I'm seeing what he doing. He got the podcast and everything, and I'm like, I'm looking out, bro. Like I love what you doing, bro. Like everything is just coming full circle, man. Like I'm proud to be able to like sit back and, you know, watch you grow and be able to see what you doing on your side, man. Because it's just exciting just to see what you're able to do and what you're able to accomplish, man. It's just cold how everything just come back full circle. Everything is I'm telling you, it's not us doing this.
It's not. It's we're just being used by a higher power. We're being used by God to give back to Him.
Yes, sir.
Praise His kingdom.
Absolutely.
Plant seeds. And be a vessel of His word.
Absolutely. It's already written. Yes, sir.
It's exciting to know that we are in absolute control and have no control at the same time.
Absolutely.
Like, we make the decisions to honor God and to do what we're supposed to. And a lot of times we have the world in our face just throwing, sum it up, sex, drugs, rock and roll right in our face. It's like, oh man, those temptations are temptations that we pray we don't fall to.
Yes, sir. It's an everyday struggle. It's always an everyday struggle, but it leads us back to the same point. It's all in the progress of getting to that destination.
Now back to your brand. Where's the destination that you have in your head?
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hey. Hey,
Let's
okay,
hear it.
So now you're getting into the nitty gritty, because that's where I see myself is, and it's always been so hard.
Before we get there, Tay,
okay,
how important is visualizing this?
That's major. Yeah, you really getting some muddy water right now. So visualizing where you're going to be is going to be a major part, because if you can't see it, how can other people see it? Visualizing it.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah. You got to, because this is gonna be gold. So if you can't see where you're going, how can you walk towards it? So you have to visualize exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to create. At this point, you can do what you want. You just have to manifest it. I promise you. If you can visualize it, you can speak it. If you can speak it, you can manifest it. Because there are power in the what?
In the tongue. Power in our words.
All right. So mentally, you have to be there. Mentally, if you can visualize it, you see the destination, you see where you're trying to go. Mentally, you have to be there. If you're there already, just let your body catch up. That's all you got to do. That's it. But yeah, that's visualizing is the most major part. That's the most major part. Pray on it. Pray on it. Meditate on it.
Yes, sir.
That's major. It's major for real. But you said you wanted me to get into like where
Where do you see your vision taking you?
Man, just to change up a couple of words, because it's not necessarily about me in general. It's not about where it's going to take me as a person. It's where it's going to take the brand and where it's going to take other people and their brands. It's supposed to be, my brand is built on the strength of supporting others. So we want to have the opportunity to support other companies and build them up to the point to where they're able to, where they're able to do countless things with the support that we're able to provide. Because what's sown into us, we're trying to sow into others, basically. Knowledge, money, whatever value that needs to be basically thrown into other businesses or individuals, even in terms of support, we try to do that, and that's what we're kind of built on. But okay,
this is what confuses me about your brand.
Okay,
how
do we support other brands?
Yeah, how do you support other brands? How are you going to build these other people up?
Okay, so first, we're not just a clothing brand, actually. A lot of people do have that conception because that's what we mostly push as of right now. We're not. We're a movement, actually. So Black Brand, BLCKBRND.
When he says a movement, being out here on this deployment again, you would think Black Brand is the brand. You would think this is the only thing they sell in the stores out here. It's everywhere. It's incredibly impressive, like inspiring.
Yes, sir.
But yes, where's the how?
My bad. Speaking of support, shout out my boy Culture Original. This is one of my homeboy shirts, also one of his brands. But speaking on, what was the question again? My bad.
The how.
Okay, the how. So we are BLCKBRND. We're a Black Brand. Now that encompasses 3 different brands as of right now, which is Black Brand Visuals, Black Branded Clothing Company, and Black Brand Kicks. So we do shoes, clothes, and interviews. So when we come into support play is where we try to do interviews. We're trying to build up ourselves to the point to where we have the following and the hub. We want to build a hub to where we're able to put your brand on our page, do an interview with you as of now, and we're able to literally give you a handshake and give you our followers. Just like that easy. Now, if I can give you my followers, and if I can give you, this in different terms of support, because maybe you don't even just need followers. Maybe you need a little bump up with, you're just missing money. Like maybe that's your only issue. We want to get to the point where we're able to do that, where we can be an investment group as well. But these are all things that are out of reach as of right now, but we're trying to get there. So,
I love it.
It's all about innovation and trying to figure out how, like, new ways to do this. Because imagine if I supported you and you reached over and supported the next person, there is another person for every person in this world. So there should be somebody supporting the next person, and everybody should have a smile on their face. So if you can build on this concept and find new innovative ways to do that, why aren't we doing that?
Why are we not doing that?
So that's why I'm trying to shake the structures of that system. But a lot of people see black brand and you only think it's for black people as well. That's been a conception as well. It's not what we are. Black brand is what we are, but that's not what we represent. What we represent is I don't know if you ever looked up the word black actually, or what the color black represents.
No, I never even thought about it.
The color black represents mystery, sophistication, and elegance. Everything that my brand stands for.
Okay.
Everything that my brand stands for. If you look at the designs, you can find it. You will find it. I promise you, you will. And that's what we're building ourselves towards. You should feel as if when you wear our brand, you should feel quality. You should feel luxury. You should feel.
Love this stuff right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But it's all about how you feel and how you make others feel.
Yo, I love this right here. You are so deep with what you got going on. You're actually really deep. He's not just a hustler out here pitching. He's a movement.
I'm a movement. Well, Black Brand is a movement. Black Brand is a movement. And it's more now than it used to be. And I didn't believe in myself at one point in time. I didn't believe in myself that I would be able to feel this to get where it needs to get. And
I'm gonna be real with you. So sometimes I feel the same way. I've been pitching this brand or having an idea for many years now, and then it's like, why is this not off the ground? One is because I have never been 100% committed. But when these doubts that you were having and I constantly go through, what made you overcome that and just be like, I'm all in?
Commitment. I knew. So I told you my stepdad passed. I have a biological father. My father is still alive. So my father was trying to give me advice a while back, and it stuck with me. Finally stuck with me. He'd been telling me this for years, actually. He told me, son, make sure that you're thinking about what you want to do in life now. Make sure you're critically thinking about it now. Because if you don't work hard now in life, you're going to have to work harder later.
Absolutely true.
And when that finally clicked for me, I said, boom, all right. I just rather knock this out now, right then. Like, it just makes too much sense. Then my mind started moving. Things started being painted out in my mind. Things just started happening, and here we are. I knew that I had to put in the work now in order to reap the rewards later and not have to work harder later. I would be able to put other people into better positions and myself as well.
That's absolutely true. I probably got 10 years on this man right here, and it's like, I feel like I'm playing catch up because I didn't have any focus. I was distracted by the sex, drugs, rock and roll, and I lost complete focus. And when a man like this is completely focused, it's like, again, so inspiring.
We all lose focus. We all lose focus, but you just have to have a constant reminder. That's all you have to find.
What you're building is going to last. What I did lasted a week, a couple nights. I build something, like he just said, build something now so you could enjoy the rewards later in life.
Mm-hmm.
Put the work in now so you don't have to work later.
My best advice as well is...
Sorry, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Like what your dad said. critically think about what you want to do for your life.
Yeah.
Critically think about what you want to do. That's
Yep.
that's something I'm gonna start telling my kids.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And
Oh my god.
it's yeah, it played a very instrumental part with me. But again, like I told you, my brand was built on many different things. This was years in the making, maybe 2 years in the making. Yeah, 2 years in the making. It was a lot of, oh my goodness. When I say a lot,
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of trials and tribulations to get here. It's a lot of things that's going, because you also have to think about it from a different perspective.
Okay, let's go.
You hear my goals. You hear what I'm trying to do.
Mhm.
You hear how this is gonna upset the enemy's kingdom.
Yes, especially putting God first. Absolutely, it's gonna bring a lot of harm.
So who is he gonna come after?
People around you, if not you directly.
So if he has more of a reason to try to stop that, then that means I'm doing something right.
True.
So that's why my biggest advice for those who are even trying to start up businesses as well, please try to make it to where it's something that you believe in. Do it to something that you believe in. Don't try to pitch a business in something that you don't wholeheartedly believe yourself as well. Make a business that's structured around who you are as a person. Makes it a lot easier for you.
Fast money is not lasting money.
It is.
Like,
It's not.
fast money is fast. It comes and it goes.
It does.
There's no meaning to it. It's just, oh, I have it and you spend it.
Yep.
Speaking from experience.
Absolutely.
All right, so what is working for you right now?
In terms of,
Oh, you mentioned your shoes.
okay.
Like, how are you doing your shoes? Like, are you just buying and selling?
So I started it. I do a lot of pop-up events. Before I came here to Jordan, I did a lot of pop-up events like Sneaker Exit, and I even had a vendor spot for SneakerCon. I couldn't go to that. I was actually very broke. That was like right before coming here. So that tells you where my positioning was before getting here. But
And when your position is going to be home, you're going to be able to be anywhere you need to be.
I pray that you're right. Pray that you're right. I pray that everything that I've attained, or that the business even attained, that we keep the ball rolling and we're able to attain more and feed that back into what we're trying to do. But yeah, you said, what was the question originally?
Like, what's working for you?
So the shoes that we were doing originally, we had a handful. We had maybe 10 pairs of shoes. They were Jordans. They were retros. We had good shoes. We actually had really good shoes. Got to Sneaker Exit and sold out. Didn't attain new shoes. So still trying to figure out the whole shoe market thing, but trust me, we're going to get that figured out. We're still getting the clothing part of it figured out, because the clothing part is about to be so innovative. It's the whole game is about to change with that as well, but I have to get a lot of different things in place, because as you've seen, technically I have three different businesses.
Mm-hmm.
3 different businesses basically.
We'll get there. Now, what's working for this t-shirt? Because
What's
are
working
you with the t-shirts? Are you using an online vendor? Are you using a personal vendor you know from back home, putting them on?
So I use a vendor that is in Texas. I use a vendor that's in Texas, and I purchase the clothes from them and take it to 109 Design in Abilene. They're actually a Christian-based printing company in Abilene, Texas. I use them, and I get my shipments printed with them. But other than that, yeah, I usually get my actual garments outsourced.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's your second business. Now, what have you got going on for your interview and your visual? What was the visuals?
Yep. Black Brand Visuals. So we have on YouTube, we have a couple of videos up. So as I spoke on the Sneaker Exit, at the Sneaker Exit, we did interviews there as well. So I had a videography team follow me around and They recorded me interviewing a bunch of different brands like mine, clothing brands, shoe brands, of course, and it was a bunch of startup companies, small businesses, and you just it's very interesting to see them because it's just a black brand rebranded. It's just another brand that's just very similar to mine as well. So it's just showing what other people have to offer, and yeah. So we have one video up with, again, Culture Original. This is 100% interview that you'll see up there. His name is Mackenzie Davis. If you go and check that out on YouTube, we're also, of course, still black brand, BLCKBRND, and you can check that out. And yeah, we're trying to do more events and more interviews with that so I can show you more of these brands and what they have to offer. From shoes, clothes, it's been some very innovative things. Even I seen a woman selling candles, but they were shoe candles. Yeah,
The whole shoe was a candle, or was it like a candle in a shoe?
It was a candle that was made into a shoe. So like it wasn't a real shoe, but it was a candle molded into a shoe.
Interesting.
It blew my mind. Like yeah, she was making her money for real. Like it was like $35 candles, like this big. They were really cool too.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of things that a lot of interesting things out there, a lot of interesting brands out there as well that I try to show the world through my interview section.
All right, now teach me something. Teach the viewers something. Listeners, interview me real fast. How'd your interviews go?
So what's going on, Black Brand? So today we're here and we're going to go ahead and get into my boy's brand, and we're going to tell you exactly what he has to offer. So can you go ahead and tell us what you have to offer as well as your brand goes?
My brand is God Goes Greatness, Gent Entertainment. Thanks for asking.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Gent Entertainment is putting God first. Always put God first in everything you do, and have big goals. Like I encourage like the motivation, personal development. I'm real big on like personal development and helping and serving others. The goal is to inspire people to just be great. God Goes Greatness, to be great. When you're putting God first and having big goals, like scary goals, there's no other outcome than greatness. And I plan on doing this. I'm planning on doing this through game development and marketing. Not videography, but like animations. My business is game development. Got a game in the App Store right now, only on the Androids, called Tacos. It's a forward, fast-paced side scroller. Go download it. Got great reviews. I encourage y'all to play it and leave honest reviews. It really, really does help out the algorithm. And when I was in school for learning game development, one of my teachers, Ellen Marcus, she said, game development is awesome, it's a lot of fun, but if you make a game and you don't make no money, you just wasted your time. So I was like, that stuck with me. I was like, I'm making games because I want to have fun, but I also want to make a living off of this.
Yeah.
And so it's like she elaborated on that. It's got to be 50%. So your investment or the cost of production has to be 50% development, 50% marketing. So I stuck with that. Took that for the rest of my life. Is like, I'm gonna create this, and if no one sees it, it's not gonna bring any revenue. But if you put just as much work into putting it in front of people, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Especially if there's love and passion behind the project. Oh, I'm not going to hop on a project if I'm not passionate about it. Like, it could be a lot of money, but if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not going to enjoy being there.
Yeah. And you said it's a video game?
Yes. On the App Store.
Hey. The homies got to download that right now.
Absolutely.
Right now. Matter of fact.
You got Android?
Oh, it's on Android?
Yeah, only on Android.
I'm gonna have to get a Android as the business phone for Black Brand. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Thanks.
That's gonna be the only gaming app on there. But yeah, man. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That's basically all it is, man. I try to come in with a little bit of enthusiasm, and then honestly, it's just improv.
Honestly, just improv?
I try to, cause I like to be. I'll write up, a couple of different things, a couple of different key points just to look at, but never look at it.
what I just learned from that right there was you really know your brand inside and out. And you know your brand inside and out. I mean, I'm still developing that little, honestly, that little something into everything.
Yeah. Your brand is different from
Thank
you.
you.
You're just trying to get to know it.
Brand is different than you. Just trying to get to know
You're
it.
just trying to get to know it. Yeah. That's all it is. You're just trying to understand it.
Man, I love that.
Yeah, it's already created. But yeah, man.
Yeah, have any last words you want to give to the people?
I guess we can end it with G1GB.
G1GB.
G1GB. God first, God bless. Yes, sir.